I doubled the size of my legs in 2025 through heavy squats. And I'm going to tell you why this is so much more important than just having big legs so you can brag about your physique on Instagram Reels. Leg strength is severely underrated. I found a statistic recently that said that the biggest cause of death over 65-year-olds, in people that are age 65 and older, that is injury related, isn't a car crash, isn't an infection, it's falling over. Something that we've been doing since we were born. Falling over, constantly trying to walk, fall over. People die of that shit. And the reason why people are falling over is because of the environment we live in. I'm sat in a nice fucking comfy chair. I get to lean back. My legs can rest. I've got shit posture, rounded posture. Playing video games my entire teenage fucking life with a rounded back, with my mouth open. When I get a job in the future, if I get an office job, I'll have the same posture, rounded back. I will not have any lower leg strength because I'm not standing up like people used to. I'm sat down all the time, so my importance of leg strength is just out of my mind. I don't even consider it because I don't need it because I'm sat down all the time. So then when I do go to walk, yeah, it feels fine now, but you get back problems. As you get older, your muscles deteriorate anyway. So if they're shit now, what they're gonna be like in 20, 30 years? And that's why people fucking die. Like, people genuinely die because they've had years and years of sitting down, not developing their leg strength. And as a result, when their muscles eventually whittle away, when they're older, they can't even keep themselves stood up straight. You see so many fucking people on mobility scooters because they don't have strong enough muscles to keep them upright. What a sad, sad life to live, genuinely. And I'm empathetic with those people. I think, fuck, like, I feel sorry for you because no one told you that you need to build up your leg strength. And the thing is it was okay not to train like 100 years ago because people did manual jobs. Even now you see it a couple of times, like landscapers or bricklayers or whatever. They're manual jobs, so they're going to have sufficient leg strength because they're stood up all the time, they're moving, they're using their leg muscles all the time. But now that more and more people are working from home or working in an office job where they're sat down all the time, the importance of leg strength just, they're not using their leg muscles anywhere near as much, and that's why they're so weak later in life. People play video games for hours and hours and hours on end. Gaming chairs are a thing. I've got a gaming chair in the fucking corner. They never used to be a thing. People sit down and associate video games with sitting down and playing games, so of course they don't need to use their leg muscles. So 100 years ago it was okay to not train because you did real manual jobs and use your leg muscles on a day-to-day basis. Now we don't. We have trains, cars, mobility scooters, electric scooters, fucking gaming chairs, which all allow us to not use our muscles. And yeah, they have good uses in certain points, but still make sure that your leg muscles are strong, because you might miss 20, 30 years of your life because of an environment that you lived in the first 50. Imagine dying knowing you could have prevented your death by 30 years just by training legs. And this is the fun thing. You don't have to change your fucking lifestyle. You can still game if you want. You can still go work at an office job if you really like it. I'm not saying to stop those things. What I am saying is train as well as that, because along with all the benefits of increased muscle mass, more attractiveness, better self-esteem, better confidence, I could go on and on, better mental health, I could go on and on and on about the benefits of training in general, let alone training legs. With all those benefits, at least you're going to have strong muscles, or maximize your chance to have strong muscles so you can live longer, have a better life when you're older, and not rely on other people and travel around on a fucking mobility scooter. People's environments are fucking killing them. So yes, it kind of is a compulsory that you have to train these days because of the comfort in our environment. And the issue is the people are still struggling to be consistent with this, even if they go to the gym. That's the big thing, because it's all right trying to get into the gym and, you know, not being consistent with everything because you're new. It's hard to be consistent in that thing. But people have been going to the gym for years and still don't train their fucking legs. That's the big thing. And what I think it is because of this increase in science-based lifting. Like, I'm all for it, right? If you want to teach people to train and build as much muscle as possible, fine, do that. But if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. It's that simple. Most people are the first to, do science-based lifting for lat raises or whatever, and I'm all for good form, great, perfect. But they're only doing that because they enjoy training upper body. As soon as it comes to legs, they skip it, they skip it, they skip it. There's no enjoyment in it. And that's why you're not training your leg muscles, right? And that's why they're small. And that's why you weigh 8 kg than what you're actually supposed to, because you don't train your legs. You look like you've got one big fucking ankle. And I think that along with all these benefits, like you're going to get bigger and whatever, having stronger muscles is always going to be a benefit. I've seen a statistic as well actually saying that the strength of your leg muscles inversely correlates to how early you die, which basically means that the stronger your leg muscles, the longer you're likely to live. Isn't that fucking ridiculous? So you're killing two birds with one stone here. You're battling the environment that you're in because, this is all made for comfort and people have poor health and poor lives because of the environment that they live in, and you're battling that by training. You're also getting hench and muscular and more attractive and a better life and a better mental. It's no fucking brainer, honestly. So let me teach you exactly how I did it. And it was through heavy fucking squats. Heavy squats. Because that was the only way I enjoyed my leg day. And if you're the type of person that can see yourself, striving for a squat PR and hunting for it and really enjoying it, this video is for you. And now I'm not saying that this is the only way, but what I'm saying is this is the way that I enjoyed it, so it'll probably make you enjoy it as well. If you find another way to enjoy your leg days, like you really like RDLs, that's kind of the phase that I'm going through now, heavy RDLs make me enjoy leg day, then do that. Do something, basically, the moral of the story is to make you enjoy it. Because that's the only way you're going to be consistent. Because legs is painful, legs is tiring, legs is fatiguing, legs is fucked. So you have to at least fucking like it. And I like heavy squats. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. First, you need to understand what stance you're going to make. When people take videos of people that are laughing at them saying they can't hit depth on squats, like I see this fat ginger guy who squats to like one side, and I've seen like that meme going around all the time. The reason why they're not hitting depth might not even be because they're lazy or like stupid. It could genuinely be how they're stood. Most people's hips are wired in such a different way, and I keep seeing on social media people squatting at shoulder width apart, and inherently there's nothing wrong with that, but when it's all you see, it's all you think is possible. So people then think, oh, I should squat shoulder width apart, when their hips might not be in the correct anatomy for that. So let me teach you how to understand what stance is for you with the hip scour test. What I want you to do is stand up, just straight and normally, hold on to something with like one hand, and with your standing leg, because you're going to be raising one leg in this, with your standing leg, I want your ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder to all be in line. Stand up straight. Let your measuring to see if you're tall enough to go on a fucking roller coaster ride. Stand up that straight. And then what I want you to do with the leg that you're going to lift is just lift your leg, lift your knee up as high as possible. Don't lean back. Don't sway to one side. Don't bend your back and bend your knee and all this. Keep all the standing leg joints the same, and just try and raise your knee as high as possible. Now, if you're one of those people that raise your knee pretty close to your chest, then you're most likely going to be able to squat at shoulder width and hit depth. But if you're anything like me, you can't even see. If I did this test now, I can't raise my knee over the table. I can't, because it only gets to about the height of my hip. That's all my knee goes to. So I'm not built to stand and squat at shoulder width because I can't hit depth without falling over. So what you need to do is take a wider stance. Put your feet well outside of shoulder width apart. Point your toes at 10 to 2 out to each corner of the room and let your knees follow. And then I guarantee if you squat down, you can hit depth. Finding the stance for you is going to be super, super important using the hip scour test. The second thing is the height of the safeties and the pins and how to unrack. You want to make sure that the height of the safeties, which are the bars that are going to allow you to put the barbell on when you fail, is at the right height. And how I test this is by just squatting with the barbell, nothing else. And I want to make sure when I'm doing it, I'm squatting down and I'm getting depth, but then I can also lean forward slightly, lower my shoulders so I can get the bar onto the safeties. That's it. So adjust the height until you can do that, where it's not clinking against the safeties when you're trying to hit depth, but it's also not too low that you can't reach it and put the bar on there to get out from underneath it. And then with the height of the pins, which is basically where the barbell is going to be at the start of the rep, at the start of like the movement before you unrack it, make sure you can like bend underneath it just slightly like I just did there, and then unrack it like that. Because as you squat, sometimes the barbell moves down your traps, like it falls down your back. It just happens sometimes. So when you come back to re-rack it again, because it's so low, you're able to then still, even if it's rolled down your back, move it onto the things, and you're not ever stuck in any sort of way. And that's basically it. Like, use your warm-ups to find the right heights for you. I can't tell you, yeah, put it on level 6 or put it on level 2 for the safeties, because you're a different height to me. I'm 5'8". I'm a short motherfucker. You might be 6'4". You prick. So find the right heights for you just by testing your warm-ups, and then unrack. All I want you to do, put your hands wherever the fuck you want, by the way. A powerlifter taught me, like, put your hands really close together and you'd be compressing, you can make more fucking power or whatever. And that might be true. Got elbow and wrist pain. And if you're not trying to maximize to be a powerlifter, you just want to squat really heavy for you and not because of a national record, then put your hands wherever the fuck you want that's comfortable, because I got elbow pain for like 3 months because of it. And then, literally all I want you to do is brace. So when you brace, you will imagine someone's punching you when you brace. Like, you know, when, like, I always remind me of a boxing gym when I describe this, but like when you hold like this and like someone goes to punch you, you go and you tense all your core and you breathe out and you're like, you don't breathe out and push your belly out, because if you just push your belly out, it's still pretty soft, and you don't suck it all the way in either, because again, your belly's pretty soft. You like tense your core and squeeze down and squeeze in and breathe out like that. That's when your core's almost solid. That's how you're going to brace. So you get under the bar, you brace, and then you just stand up. Take a couple steps back, and then you're ready to squat. And then from there, I honestly wouldn't even worry about form when you're really starting with a squat. Just go down and up. But the biggest advice that I can give you is record your sets. Because when you first start squatting, you don't know where depth is, you don't know what your form's going to look like, you don't know where your knees are going to go. All these different things that are happening. So record your sets and watch back and see if your problems. See, are you hitting depth? Oh, I need to go a bit lower. Because for me, I could never feel where depth was. I would think depth is a certain point, and then it's like, oh, I actually could go a bit deeper here. And that was the problem, and I only figured that out when I recorded my sets. No one's going to judge you, no one's going to care. Everyone's in there to record and improve themselves. Everyone's doing the same shit as you, so no one's going to judge you for it. It makes no fucking sense. Record your sets and see your problems. And then here's a couple of mindsets that help me actually get good at training, if I'm going to be honest. I met a girl in the gym, and she was like very consistent with legs, like very consistent. And I thought she was really attractive, and I started speaking to her, and as I spoke to her more, I was like, fuck, I want to impress this girl. So I started training legs really hard. And this could be the wrong way to go about it, but this is just how it specifically worked for me. Like, maybe I shouldn't be doing things to impress girls, and might not increase my chance of getting with them or whatever, but again, this worked for me, training legs. I trained legs really hard to prove a point that I wasn't like the other lads. Like, other lads skip legs, and I was like, not necessarily different, but I'm more consistent, I'm better trainer, I'm better at build muscle, I'm more serious about going to the gym because I train legs really hard. I also thought that it was an impressive quality to have, to train legs very intensely. And then I also thought, like, I don't want smaller legs than a girl. Fuck that. I'll break the stereotype of being a boy, and I'll have big ass fucking legs, and I'll be stronger than her, and that's going to be like masculine and whatever. And all these mindsets, although it was centered around a girl, and probably not the most ideal because I was trying to impress her and not doing it for myself, it still helped me be really consistent. So although you could laugh at me, judge me, be like, oh, you're doing this for a girl, you fucking loser, I'm not interested in that girl anymore, and I still train legs really well. So now, even though it started from that point, or like not even necessarily started from that point, but like the intensity was really good from that point, now I do it for myself, and that stemmed from that original thought. So if you have to, you know, don't be afraid of using other people as motivation because you want to impress them, because eventually it will then filtrate into you doing it for yourself. And the good thing about that is you don't have to tell anyone. You don't have to expose yourself just like I did. Like, hopefully the girl's not fucking watching, Jesus Christ. You don't have to expose yourself or anything like that. Like, you can just keep it to yourself and like, yeah, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing this for me if anyone asks. And then eventually, when the girl fucks off, or when you don't get interested, or when, you know, you might get in a relationship with her and it gets mundane or whatever, eventually you'll continue doing it, and because it's became a habit from that point, you will then begin to do it for yourself. So it all works out in the end anyway. I still train legs really hard, even though I'm not speaking to the girl anymore. Break free of that, train legs, get jacked. Have a good session, bro. I will see you later.